Headlines everywhere are talking about a real estate bubble and whether or not we can expect another housing market crash like we had in 2007. And I know that a lot of people are worried that history is going to repeat itself. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about today's real estate market and why this market isn't like the market we had in 2007 and why we aren't in that kind of bubble this time around. So if you haven't been here before, stay tuned and remember to like and subscribe because I have new videos every week and you don't want to miss anything. So one thing that I keep hearing over and over from pretty much everybody that I talk to is, are we in a housing bubble? How long will it be until the market crashes like it did in 2007? And apparently, a whole lot of people everywhere are asking that same thing because Google recently reported that the search question, when is the housing market going to crash, spiked 2,450% last April, meaning that there's a lot of people who are pretty anxious about the real estate market right now. Well, nobody has a crystal ball, and I've certainly been wrong before, but more than likely, housing prices are going to continue to rise, although probably a little bit more slowly than they have been lately. And the housing market probably isn't going to crash at all. It's true that a typical real estate market crash does usually follow a steep run-up in home prices. But generally, that price growth is driven by a strong demand for homes, along with a speculation that the demand is going to keep going. Builders and developers start increasing production, building more and more homes, and speculators will start buying homes too, not to live in them, but in order to sell them quickly at a profit. At some point, demand starts to decline while supply is still going up, and that's when you have the housing market collapse. In fact, that's exactly what happened last time the market crashed. During the housing boom leading up to 2007, there was a ton of speculation going on in the real estate market. Lenders were passing out mortgages like chiclets, and pretty much if you had a pulse, you could get a loan. In fact, in a lot of cases, all you had to do was tell your lender how much money you were making, and you didn't have to provide any documentation at all. And a whole lot of people took advantage of all that easy money. People were taking out mortgages to buy a home and then turning around and getting a second mortgage for the down payment. So they had two mortgages going in and absolutely no equity in the home whatsoever. You'd be amazed at how many people would buy a home for themselves and then turn around and order another one or even two more from the builder. Because home prices were going up so fast that by the time the homes were actually built, they could resell them at a tidy profit. People who had never speculated in the real estate market before were going out and buying houses and reselling them at a profit just a couple of months later in exactly the same condition that they bought them in. And a lot of the people who bought those houses bought them planning to do the exact same thing. That's just not sustainable. A whole lot of people got left holding the bag or the house when demand fell off. And that was the 2007 crash in a nutshell. But that's not where we are in today's market. Not even close. Yeah, we're currently seeing a lot of bidding wars, offers over list price, that kind of thing. But this market isn't being driven by speculation, it's being driven by demand. Right now, housing inventory is really low pretty much everywhere. A lot of sellers are holding off putting their homes on the market, and builders aren't building at a normal rate either due to labor shortages and the high cost of lumber and supplies. Demand, on the other hand, is still going up, up, and up all across the country. Low mortgage rates, more people working from home, a generation of new buyers just entering the market, and a whole bunch of other factors have increased demand among home buyers at a time when there just isn't much in the way of supply. So most likely what's going to happen is we're going to see a gradual slowdown in the market that will even out and lead to a new normal. We're already seeing a few signs of it starting to happen. Homes are still going under contract in record time, but time on market is starting to inch up just a little bit. Same thing with home prices. They're still going up, but not at the same exponential rate that they were even a couple of months ago. More sellers are putting their homes on the market in order to take advantage of the high prices. And at the same time, those record high prices have caused a lot of home buyers to take a break from trying to buy a home right now. Even with more homes going into inventory, home prices aren't likely to fall dramatically because as more homes hit the market, some of those buyers who had taken a break will come back and start shopping again. That in turn will keep home values up, and so on, until everything balances out and we're in a new normal market. Yeah, it's going to take some time, but odds are the market's going to get there in one piece this time, and we're not going to have a repeat of the last market crash. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home and you're wondering how best to navigate this crazy market, I can help you with that. Just get in touch and let's get started.